y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Heart with Latrice Sampson-Richards. My name is Latrice Sampson-Richards, and of course, I'm super excited to be here with y'all today to have a real talk about what it takes to exist in healthy relationships. Today, we're going to talk about why your relationships keep failing. So there's a lot of reasons why I wanted to have this conversation today. I think one of the things that comes up more often than not when I work with people who are struggling to find healthy relationships, struggling to exist in healthy relationships, is that they don't understand what they did to cause the relationship to go bad. Now, I definitely understand that sometimes relationships don't work out, and it doesn't have really hardly anything to do with anything that you did. Sometimes people do things in connections and in relationships that are unforgivable, and you just cannot find a way to make it past that. I'm not talking about those moments right now. I'm talking about the vast majority of relationships that we lose because we are not willing or able to accept responsibility for the role that we played in getting things to where they are. So today we're going to talk about what some of those things are, some of the things that we do that we may not even realize that we do, that are actually jeopardizing our relationships and making it nearly impossible for us to find healthy connections. So the first reason why your relationships keep failing is because you don't show appreciation. Now, I'm not talking about situations where there's nothing to show appreciation for. Some of us are in relationships that are one-sided, and the person that we're in the connection or the relationship with does not deserve for appreciation to be bestowed upon them. I understand that. We're not talking about those situations right now. I'm talking about when you know that you have somebody who loves you and supports you and who has your back no matter what. You need to say thank you from time to time. And even if you don't feel comfortable with saying thank you, there's lots of other ways to show your appreciation for that person being in your life, or for that person taking the time out of their schedule to see about you and make sure that you're okay. You can sometimes even express appreciation just in a look, like a knowing look, like, you know what, I love you, I appreciate you, Sometimes me and my husband would just share a look with each other because it's not so easy all the time for him to show his appreciation. And that was a huge thing for me, was making sure that I opened myself up to his expression of appreciation just as much as it was important for him to open himself up in his expression of appreciation so that I can feel appreciated more often. You get what I'm saying? So it's not always about buying something or showering somebody with gifts or praising them all the time. It's the little things that you do that show appreciation. It's things like taking out extra towels when it's time to wash the old towels. Don't just grab yourself a new towel, grab all of us a new towel. They're all going in the same bathroom. It's washing the dishes every now and then when you see that I have a lot on my plate. It's helping out with the kids without me having to ask. Things like that show appreciation for what people do and the place that they hold in your life. And sometimes we spend so much time wrapped up in our own world that we don't take the time out to let the people that we love know just how much they mean to us. And that can kill a relationship very quickly. So if you find that your relationships, one after another, keep struggling, and your partner keeps saying to you, I feel like you don't care, I feel like you don't appreciate me, I do this, I do that, then it's probably because your expression of appreciation is lacking, and that's something you need to work on. The second reason why your relationships keep failing is because you're always trying to win. Some of us come from a very competitive background. Maybe we witnessed in our parents' experiences or in the experiences of others that were around us that it's a battle being in a relationship, that at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world and everybody is out for themselves. But when you're talking about being in a healthy connection, If there's no common resolution, like if we cannot come to a resolution on a situation, there is no winner. Everybody loses when we are not on the same page. And so holding on or refusing to compromise, refusing to engage in healthy communication, trying to win, trying to prove your point at all costs, it ends up hurting the connection way more than it helps. And even if you do win that particular argument, you're going to end up losing your relationship anyway. So at some point, you have to think to yourself, what's more important? Is it more important to me to win in this moment, or is it more important to me to win in life and in this relationship? Sometimes you just got to let some shit go. And a lot of us struggle with that. It has been a very hard learned lesson for me, let me tell you, okay? But sometimes you just have to let some shit go and choose your battles wisely. Sometimes giving in and allowing your partner to have their way or to have their say or agreeing to disagree is the win. It is the win. And you have to allow yourself to be able to see that as the win instead of always fighting to win overall. Which takes us into the third reason that your relationships keep failing is because you are not a good listener. Listen. When it comes to communication, we have this urge to just want to get our point across. Like I said, we're always trying to win, right? But when you are talking, you are not listening. It is impossible to talk and listen at the same time. Not listen for any depth or clarity, okay? When you are trying to get your point across, you're not allowing the other person to have their piece or to say what they need to say. And if you cannot sit down and hear what's being said to you, then you're never going to be able to come to a resolution on whatever the situation is. A lot of times we listen, but we listen in order to respond. That's not listening at all. The ideal situation is for you to be listening in order to understand. That's how you know that you're truly invested in having this positive communication with your partner or your spouse. If you are not a good listener, your relationship is doomed to fail. At some point, you have to get over yourself and really commit to increasing or enhancing the strength of the connection through the strength of the communication. And that starts by shutting your damn mouth and hearing what they have to say. Okay, people, that's just 3 of the reasons why your relationships keep failing. Trust me, this list is not all inclusive. There are a lot of different reasons why we find ourselves in one unhealthy relationship after another. If you find yourself in any of these 3 reasons that I listed today, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you're doing to try to overcome that. If there's a topic that you would like for me to discuss or something that you need more information on, shoot me an email at support@Latrice Sampson-Richards or jump up in my DMs on Instagram at Latrice Sampson-Richards and let me know. I'll do my best to work it in, okay? All right, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well. Bye, y'all.